What's up, guys? I want to hit a lower body session and I want to film most of it and talk through what my goal and yeah. So, lower body session geared towards a tactical athlete. Join me. Let's get started. The movement we got is a reverse lunge with a dumbbell knee drive. We're just going to reverse lunge back and then knee drive. Hold this position just using our hands for balance. Okay. Why is this a great movement? Well, it's a compound movement. It is warming up our hip flexor and our lower body. Okay. Quads, glutes, all sorts of stuff. Okay. The reason I like to put a lot of hip flexor in my programs, especially for police officers, because you're in a car all day. And no, I've never been a police officer. I've been on a few ride-alongs though, and I listen to what they say. A lot of when we sit all day, this applies for everyone. When we sit all day, our hip flexors, they're relaxed and they shorten. Okay, they aren't contracted all day. They actually get used to that shortening, and they get weak. So when we add length to them, especially under load, it helps with a lot of our psoas, back pain, stuff like that. I like this exercise. Nice. At 6 each way of the dumbbell reverse lunge with the knee drive. And then we have a thoracic or deep squat with thoracic mobility. Gosh, this one's awesome for a ton of reasons. But working on our thoracic mobility, you don't have to be a rotational athlete, okay, to need to work on this. Having mobility in your upper back is a injury prevention for a lot of things. If you ever pick something up and twist, then you are a rotational athlete. Or you're someone that could benefit from a movement like this. And then if you like to squat, sitting in a deep squat, shifting your weight back and forth, driving your knee over your toe, excellent for ankle mobility and squat mobility. Okay, so I like to alternate between keeping my heels up and shifting my weight over my toes, driving my knee forward, and keeping my heels down. This will help with hip mobility and groin mobility. As you can see, I'm a lot less mobile when I can't free up my ankles. Okay, great movement here. Now we got that was our pre-activation or our warm-up. This program is, I made and is all on my app, or Bridge Athletic, the app that I deliver my programs to my athletes with. Great app, awesome. But now we're just getting to a priming our body for like the movement that we are our main strength movement. Okay, this one's just gonna be a crossover dumbbell step up. I've raised the box pretty high because we have box jumps as well paired with it. So I'm just gonna do mine unweighted and really try. Whenever I do a step up, I'm trying to drive only with the leg that I put on the box. Okay, it's kind of cheating, or it negates the purpose of a step up if you're just jumping up with your bottom leg. So really try to, when you step up onto the box, push all the way through to your front leg and drive up through the box. Put your head right in the sweet spot of your ceiling so you don't smash your brain. But so I'm crossing over my inside leg, stepping up onto the box, driving through this leg, boom, big step. Okay, the reason we're doing a crossover is because it targets our lateral glute. Okay, boom, and it puts our hip in sort of an internal rotation on this outside leg. Okay, so we're working on our hip mobility, and I feel this in my outside of my glute. and hit my abductor on the outside of my leg. Okay. Position might be fairly uncomfortable for some people, so you don't have to have as aggressive step over. You can move your inside leg over a little bit and then step over in line with that foot. Less aggressive stretch on the outside of your hip. Still, basically doing the same thing, okay? 6 or 10 each leg of the crossover step up, and then we have 6 box jumps. This is pretty low for me, so I'm just gonna do a single leg box jump. So I'm just loading my hips and my knees, and then driving this leg up and reciprocating this leg up onto the box. Trying to be quiet because my kids are sleeping. Nice. Don't want to let you watch me fall, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop with the video. The purpose of a box jump is to try to get up as high as you can, and our goal is to not land in a deep squat. Okay, you want to generate as much power off of the ground and land in a as high squat position as possible. Okay, that way you're focusing on the purpose of a box jump, which is getting up onto the box with as much power from the ground as possible. So today's focus, this split is a little different than what I've prescribed in the past. But I like to shake things up for my guys because I get bored, and so I'm assuming they did too. So I'm doing a push upper, push lower, pull upper, pull lower. So this is my push lower. So I'm gonna do a hack squat, and ideally we have a hack squat machine, but we're at home, and so we don't. So we will improvise with a landmine hack squat, which is, you know what, just as good if you can load enough weight. I don't have a ton of weight. I don't have any 45s actually. But all these weights were free, so whatever. Let's see. So landmine hack squat. We have sets of 8, 3-second eccentric each rep. I like these. I used to do them a lot back in the day. We'll shift out. 3 seconds. Drive up. Squeeze glutes. Squeeze quads. Excellent alternative to having a hack squat. Need to add a little bit more weight. That's obviously the limiter here. Slow down. Excellent. You're limited with weight at home. Slow down the reps. Perfect way to elicit close to the same response, or a good response, is slow down the eccentric. 3 seconds. Pretty much all my lifts are supersetted. I'm under the impression that none of my clients have time. I don't have a ton of time. We could always make more time. All of us could, but we already got crap we got going on. So I like to stack my lifts with a lot of supersets. I'm doing core with my main lifts. I'm doing antagonistic exercises, working the opposite muscle group, like lower, I'll superset a quad and a hamstring. And then, so this instance, we got a landmine hack squat, and then we have a sprinter plank. So the sprinter plank's pretty awesome. Just drive that toe up on the box. Other foot is in the sprinter position, knee up towards your face, toe up towards your shin, and then I'm pressing through the box downward throughout the set for 20 seconds. This is working on my hip flexor, targeting my lower abs continuously. It's all about your intent. Nice. Perfect. We have a landmine hack squat because I don't have a hack squat machine. So, you know, we're limited on weight as well. So I got 3-second eccentrics on these. Targeting our quads. Well, kids are awake, so that's the end of that. But if you want to hit the rest of the workout, it is assault bike, 20 calories, 7 to 8 RPE. So you're getting after it. And then we got a kettlebell forward lunge with a pass through. You're just going to take one kettlebell, pass it through your legs as you lunge forward. 8 each leg of those. And then we got a backward sled drag. 20 meters. 3 rounds. Go ahead and rest 2 minutes after each superset. Great work, everybody. Yeah, I think I'll do some more of these videos, mic'd up, walking everybody through what I'm thinking and what I'm prescribing for some of my tactical athletes. So stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.